welcome to my home for the night. So this is a little Airbnb gem they call the Terranium, a little building situated on a German farm. I've been treated to an amazing breakfast, which is often the case with Airbnb. So I've got vegetables, spreads, banana and chia, bread that will put the French to shame. The bikes are a nice little sleep too, totally safe and secure. I haven't had to worry about that at all. Didn't even put the chain on. This is the view you get from inside the Terranium. Nice little bed. All you need, really. Yeah.
You stay there?
Yeah,
That's my neighbor. Maybe we can go with a bicycle a little bit around.
Where do you want to go?
Well, I'll show you a little bit around.
Okay, yeah.
Not today, because I'm busy.
She's very nice, yeah. I had a lovely meal, so.
Okay, because I have an old BMW and I'm driving around here with a motorcycle. And maybe we can go a little bit around. Go to Poland, yes?
Yeah.
It's very close by, yes?
Yeah, I've come from Poland.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now I have to pick up someone.
Hey, that's okay.
From the railway. I'll be back. But you're leaving now.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
But thank you anyway. Very kind. Anyway, my name's Sean.
Sure.
Nice to meet you.
Have a nice ride.
Yeah, thanks. The problem with this is it feels like it's going to shake your bike apart. Ah, that's better. Wow, this is an example of a road in the north of Germany. It's just nice and open, the tarmac is absolutely perfect. I can't even, like if I got down there with a magnifying glass I couldn't see any holes in it. And they've got these tree-lined avenues everywhere, which really adds to the enjoyment of riding down one of these roads. So I've been recommended to check out a place called Buchau. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's about 10 kilometers away, so hopefully we'll be there quite quickly. This road keeps on going and going and going, doesn't it? Look at that. Well, we've come across a local nature park and some twisty roads, according to the GPS. And we're going to end up next to a lake, which is a local swimming spot. Okay, so this is Buchau. Full-on tourist mode today, aren't we? Whoa, look at these lakeside properties. You've got to love the style of German and Austrian houses. Look at that, look at the roof, look at the slope on the roof. Big high ceilings, just make stuff really well, don't they? New one being put up there. Nothing is too much of a detailed feature, or nothing is too much trouble when it comes to design and manufacturing with Germans. The roofs are actually at that angle so they can take a heavy fall of snow. or more correctly, they don't take the heavy fall of snow. The snow doesn't actually fall on them. It's like a trail, doesn't it? I mean, I could take the bike down there, but it looks like I'm going to disturb the peace. I'll go back the way I've come. 911 Turbo, guards red. It's quite a machine, that is. Turbo S, actually, I think. Wave to the bus driver, the bus driver, the bus driver. Should we have a look at the square? It's a sleepy little town, isn't it, really? Right, well, we've left Buckow and I'm going to head now into Berlin because seeing as we're so close and it's almost en route, it'd be silly not to pop in, wouldn't it? And there's loads of historical sites, interesting things to see in Berlin, so I'm going to go and check it out. Whether or not I'll be able to get up close to everything I want to see, who knows? Obviously I've got the bike to look after. But I'm going to take a road into Berlin that's not the main highway, the main motorway into town. So hopefully we can enjoy some of these open back roads before we actually get into the city itself. Then we'll pop out the other side of the city and make our way to tonight's Airbnb. At the Reichstag building, which is the seat of German government, and this building has been in existence since the 1890s, I think. Obviously in 1933, I think it was, the Reichstag suspiciously caught fire, and that allowed the government at the time, National Socialist government under Hitler, to declare a state of emergency, and the Enabling Act then gave them sweeping constitutional powers, which led to a lot of bad stuff happening. Under the communist government, the building fell into disrepair, but then when Germany reunified in 1991, then the building was actually restored, and the dome that you see there is like a new addition. I think it looks really cool. It's like showing how it's resurrected from the ashes. The building was obviously heavily damaged in 1945, and you'll see a famous picture of Red Army soldiers hoisting the Soviet flag over the Reichstag. That was symbolic of the end of World War II. It was quite iconic back there, actually. They had 3 flags flying, and one of them was the German Republic flag. The other was the flag of the European Union, but the third flag they were flying was the flag of the State of Israel. So it just shows how this city is steeped in history. It has got a dark past to it, and you can kind of feel that as you ride around. Cool, let's go down here, see if we can get to a few more sites before we have to leave Berlin. And there's another view of the Reichstag from a slightly different angle. It's pretty magnificent, isn't it, to be honest? Look at that, one of the statues up there has got a sickle, probably from the hammer and sickle. so much interesting stuff that you can just see around here if you could just keep your eyes open. Oh wow, there's the Brandenburg Gate again. I guess you could say that's the back of the gate, because the statue and the horses are facing that way. This is the Soviet Memorial, just to honour the Soviet soldiers who died taking Berlin, because the Soviet armies really had the bulk of the German fighting strength to break through on the Eastern Front. It's quite powerful. 2 T-34s there standing watch. And the 12-metre high statue of a Soviet soldier. I mean, despite Germany being quite an efficient, forward-thinking country, their energy policy and, you know, their role almost as the de facto leader of Europe, you can't help but think their capital city is sort of looking backwards. There's monuments and murals and kind of statues about, you know, pretty unfathomable, pretty awful things that have happened in the past that just decorate every street corner. You know, the fact they've still got the flag of Israel flying, what is it? It must be 1942, 80 years later. It just shows how much they've got that sort of irreparably sort of sewn in and woven into the fabric of their history. And it does have a little bit of a sadness to it, does Berlin. You can kind of feel it. It just feels a little bit sad, really. It's pretty amazing the sort of collage between the history and the solemn reflections of the past, and then this sort of vibrant, up-and-coming, arty, cultural city. Definitely got two sides to it. Alright guys, well, hope you enjoyed that little segment of the trip, visiting Berlin. I'm going to head further west now. I'm not going too far, as I mentioned earlier, just going to have a quick, what is it left? An hour. Quick hour ride, then I'm going to try and get some sleep, rest up, and then I'll be prepared for a big old slog tomorrow. So I'm going to try and get some serious distance done tomorrow. So today was kind of sightseeing, having a look round. Tomorrow's the big ride. That was quite fun.
With the side stand, it's here better, right?
Yeah, really good, yeah.